How did you feel about excuse me, the Game Awards this year, Alex?
The Game Awards.
Yeah, thank you.
This year, I was surprised that I feel like went better than I had expected, because you always like take it with a grain of salt. Like there's gonna be some maybe cringy moments or stupid bullshit,
sure.
but like,
And certainly we did have those, did we?
yeah, of course.
Yeah.
But overall, I mean, I like that they, at least in terms of the stupid stuff, like the performances they had were at least like orchestrated. Like symphonies, which is badass as hell. Like I'll take that all any day.
I did enjoy the music, like that fucking performance by that chick from the Death Stranding.
Yeah, that was cool too. I mean, yeah, it had a whole
Sekiro music. Remember they did the Sekiro fucking?
Oh yeah,
that was sick. Yeah, it was.
I will take symphony music like that, like all day.
Fucking,
yeah,
like Kanye.
Yeah, 100%. That was way more like, so much classier than like some.
I like how the
greasy
celebrity appearances were fairly like. You know what I really didn't like how it.
What?
How at E3 they had the celebrity appearance of Keanu.
Yeah,
and, like, people
for Cyberpunk.
Like, had this like fanfare towards that guy, like he was like, literally like an avatar of Vishnu come to fucking save them from the cycle of death and rebirth. You're like, what the fuck? What? Like, I like the Matrix as much as anybody else, but are you kidding me? What the fuck are you so gung ho about Keanu Reeves for?
Like at the end of the day, that did nothing for me in terms of
celebrity presence have to do
the game itself. Like if he's in it, that doesn't bother me.
Great,
They're like, yeah, great,
like
exactly.
It's like,
yeah,
like, fine, but
exactly.
You fucking want to sit there and Keanu, he's so cool.
But the whole the memification that came after that's
give a fuck. There was like celebrity appearances here, but they were very understated. They showed up. They're like, yeah, we play games. Oh, sure, man. Sure.
Except for the Fast and Furious one, that one was bullshit. Yeah. That was too much.
Oh, that sure. I mean, but like,
at least
Vin
there's
Diesel,
a game backing it too. Yeah.
He made his point and then he fucking went away. He wasn't sitting there like gloating about himself or
that's
fucking
true,
like massive fanfare. Holy. It felt like it was about video games, and now
very true.
I guess we could address it off the top. Like, there's criticism surrounding the Game Awards to the effect that like
there's always
it's like a never mind like all of the fucking obvious things. Like it's kind of goofy sometimes, and it's obviously made for millennials. Probably by millennials.
Yeah.
But this other complaint that it's consumeristic, like it's an award show pertaining to the industry, pretty much run by the industry.
Yeah.
The people who on the board of course, who make the choices are industry fucking professionals and fucking media members.
Involved.
Yeah,
they all have their hand in it.
They're like, wow, it's just a commercialistic fucking shill. Like, I really like, though I don't understand what else it could possibly be. Great. I honestly like. Do you fucking care?
I mean, you'd be an idiot to not think they're not gonna, use it obviously for what it is, and to also, of course, promote what they're doing. Like, it's their.
I think at the end of the day,
their
though,
industry, like
sure, like probably
much
fucking
could it bother you.
I'm sure the reason why companies finance all of this is, so they can make money off the products that they're showcasing. But I also fucking firmly believe that, again, like something we've said before, there's a difference between the goal of the work and the goal of the workman. You know what I mean? Like, maybe these people are doing all of these things for profit, but I still believe in video games and beautiful books and beautiful shit, such that whatever the reason people are doing it, that's not why the thing necessarily has to exist. Never mind, has to be digested or consumed, right? Like, you don't fucking read it for that reason. You don't play it for that reason, even if that's why they're making it, of course. Of course. So as long as there's still that element, like showcases of new things, it's not like some fucking cynical, like fucking, I don't know, consumeristic, like fucking,
it doesn't seem like
dystopia to me, really, right? Like, to me, it seems like
an
exciting opportunity to see like new things.
I've said it before. I feel like it's the new E3 at this point.
I think so too.
I think it's much more exciting than E3. Yeah. It's amazing.
And I think like the individual publishers have much less of a fucking, chokehold over like the content, really. It's kind of more like out there. They have cooler performances, and somehow it seems like more in touch with the fan base than E3 does,
I've always felt that way. Like they some of the shows in the past were very like kind of experimental, because I mean, I'm sure Jeff didn't have the the money or the whatever to fund it on like the scale it is today, right? So one of the first ones he did sort of on his own after Spike didn't want to do it afterwards or whatever, was all on the it was all like streamed on the internet. It was very low key, like it wasn't like a massive event, right? And so it did kind of seem cringy and shitty and whatever, but you could tell like how much he wanted to continue this thing, right? And to keep it going and to grow it into what it is today. Like, I think it's amazing. I'm super happy that we get something like this. I'll take the cringier moments or the,
as somebody though who feels that they're like, I feel like inordinately sensitive, like more so than most people, to cringe and very many other things that were on show at this event. But like, again, like I participate in modern culture, and this was fairly like tame in comparison to most of the shit that I tolerate, even on a daily basis. You know, so I feels like that didn't catch my attention.
Yeah,
really. Like,
that's fair.
Your fucking stupid inclusive game, like obligatory, and Phil Spencer appears
Phil Spencer,
to blabber about nothing for a while.
Yeah,
hey guys,
naturally.
I got a new Xbox.
Wouldn't be a game show without
playing some Crackdown 3. Fucking, I'm a gamer. Games are about inclusivity. Fucking VR is exclusionary.
I really want to say like how I think underappreciated fucking Jeff Keighley is in the industry, man. Like, he was the only guy who was like, I still want this to be a thing. I'm still gonna try and do it. And people used to like rip on him online and say like, your show is shit. That one I told you about that he first did on his own. They was like, it was so like, oh, I can't. You'd have to watch it. It was just like low production, but he's like, I just want to do something, right? He's been the only person like trying to push this thing every year, and now it is massive. Like, it's huge compared to you know, it was big before too when Spike was involved, but they were even worse back then. They were like, I thought they were cringier and shittier back then than they are now. Now it's like, I hear people a classy event. Like, it's nice, right?
People criticize Jeff Keighley for the same reason they do the Game Awards. They say he's just like an industry shill, and he's like not critical of this or that. But like, you know, last time I checked, fucking Contra, Kotaku, and Polygon, whichever article, I literally have a quote with somebody saying exactly this. Like, the job of journalists is not to ask games to be better or whatever the fuck kind of nonsense.
Just to report on what it is, right?
Of a university you went to fucking hammered into your brain. Like, that's bullshit. You know, like, that's not what journalists are for. And if the man is a journalist, primarily, like, his function is to be a critic of the industry, like, to fucking assess things after the fact.
I don't think he is, though.
Well, I think like that's how he started out. He was a TV critic,
guess,
right?
Yeah,
like,
okay.
He wrote about video games.
Fair
That's
enough,
how he got into it. Even this is to some extent very much an effort of criticism, right? You're awarding a game that you think is the best.
Okay, true, fair enough.
But I don't think that necessarily has to mean like you sit there deconstructing all of the problems, not only with games that you perceive based on political criteria, which are false, but, you know, on top of that with like industry work standards and stuff, literally making it about social justice or economic fucking justice.
Jesus Christ.
That's not what I'm interested in when I go for games journalism. The thing I appreciate about Jeff Keighley, I guess I'm trying to say, is like he, to me, represents like, you know, when I used to go buy like an independent PlayStation magazine at Shoppers, like in the fucking early 2000s, and it's just a sick magazine about games. Yeah, like,
just read about the games. Yeah.
The thing that they're critical of is a shit game, not a game that they don't like for its political inclinations, etc. You know,
times have changed.
This was in an age where people were not so stupid as to assume that games had a political inclination at all, right? That's what I appreciate about the Game Awards, and even about Jeff Keighley. You know, he seems to like retain that fucking. And I feel like, supposing you don't like something in the industry, is it such a bad thing to just remain silent and move on and discuss the things that you do like?
Apparently,
in this age where we can't even fucking. I mean, mind you, that's not my temperament at all. That's not how I go about my life. But is there some problem with that I'm missing? Like, so what? The man just wants to fucking talk about positive things, make an award show. Like, is there a problem?
I think what he's doing is fucking admirable.
I think what these people mean to say is Jeff Keighley like doesn't talk enough about fucking, you know, racial or fucking sexual representation in games. Jeff Keighley like doesn't talk enough about fucking crunch and exploitation of the work habits of game designers. Yeah, this kind of stuff is what they mean when they say like he's an industry shell and this and shill and this and that, right? Like, but I would fucking definitely say like he you know, I was just going over it. I wanted to make the point that this year, you know, the Game Awards showed us that like the industry is ticking back towards a fucking like on the scale towards like a preference for single player, but like the Game Awards has always exhibited that preference. Like, I just looked up in 2016 Overwatch won, and in 2017 PUBG was nominated, but otherwise all of the nominees ever since its inception were single player narrative based like games, because obviously what the fuck else are they going to be? You know,
incorporated multiplayer stuff in now with like you know best
like the pop culture elements,
like that,
not like the serious awards. This is not a game award. No, then you're talking about like some ancillary shit, you know, like
at the end of the day they stick with what's, you know.
So I respect that as well. That's nice. That's respectable.
Except for that Overwatch one. I don't know how that happened.
I don't respect that.
But
I do not respect Overwatch. Apparently nobody else does either, now that this Blizzard in China fucking thing came to a head.
I wouldn't be surprised if that were the case.
So that's nice. Although it's for the wrong reasons. I do like to see Overwatch reviled because fuck.
Yeah, I don't like Overwatch.
I don't know which I dislike more, that or Fortnite, honestly. It's close. So Overwatch has the pretense of being an actual video game, you know? Some people think it is. And therefore, fucking, there have been more imitators. Remember when Overwatch came out, Gearbox made that fucking shitty, like, rip-off?
Battleborn or something, was it?
Yeah, Battleborn, yeah. It's fucking met the fate sooner or later that all such rip-offs will meet. You know?
I don't even want it.
Why would you ever make something that will no longer be worth playing once the servers are down. You know, once somebody else doesn't want to play it.
Like a totally
it's just,
dependent product on that, right? Not like
I just
not having both options, but like servers, bam. As soon as they're done, you're done. See you later.
I don't like that. You know.
Yeah, it's the world we live in now.
It is.
Multiplayer video games.
That was a cool thing about the Game Awards, you know. Even this year, like a lot of the fucking focus was on
single player. You know, the art.
What I would consider.
That's why they have
games,
awards like best, you know, like direction or like art, visual style, right?
Yeah.
Well, which one won? Like visual style.
Best art direction was Control, and honestly, I fucking feel that's like, oh man, playing that lately, it's.
I was listening to that. I think that interview you showed me, or if it was one on
the doc about the in Remedy there with Sam Lake.
You were telling me how like everything is very like straight line and concrete, but then when you like pull shit up from the ground and it becomes totally like.
They were talking in this dev interview there about like this architectural style which they researched and implemented in the game called brutalism, which was like when you think of like. You know, former Eastern Blocs countries, or like fucking York University, you know, just poured concrete, bare poured concrete, lots of geometric lines, like representing the concept of control. Everything's very much like arithmetical and like fucking very subject to the will of the architect, right?
Okay.
But in Control, you know, when the fucking hiss, like that foreign force, like influences the building, like the shit starts to fucking break out of its architectural fucking like habit, like out of its architectural fucking mold out of the it breaks away from the control of the fucking designer, of the will of the building, which is like a conscious entity here. And there's this fucking group called the Board. I don't know if it's actually like the board of previous directors who are dead and somehow in the building's consciousness now. I don't know what it is.
That like that first level we played when you get to the room.
Yeah, I remember the guy shoots himself, the director. Yeah. And you see that pyramid and it's the Board.
Cool. I should totally play Control.
It's like in this genre they talk too about how they were trying to like operate within this like literary genre of new weird, which is in contradistinction to old weird, which is like Lovecraftian horror, like Cthulhu and monsters from the ocean. Shit. New weird is just like fucking, like almost like magical realism, like the presentation of just fucked up shit, like this building in New York, like with a straight face on, like almost like a Kojima, like more American, I guess.
Very seriously, like,
but showing you like fucking in behind everyday situations in life, there's this like fucking inexplicable fucking element of like weirdness, and not necessarily horror like Cthulhu. Like their objective is not to
more like a let's say like a thriller or something,
kind of
right?
like did you see that movie Annihilation before?
I don't think so.
The book that's based on is like one of the fucking supposedly archetypal works of new weird, and like at the end, for example, like the woman becomes like some fucking strange life form, she turns into like a plant or some shit, and like the message this is supposed to communicate, absurdly enough, is that not that this is a horrifying thing, but that fucking the human perspective that we've fucking experienced thus far is not adequate to fully comprehend reality as it actually is. Holy right? Like
shit.
There's outside the bounds of our way of looking at the world, like crazier, newer shit, and this game like explores those themes like in its very fucking like
that's pretty
visual,
intense.
like an architectural fucking design, like in terms of the architecture on display in the game. It's really cool. Like I thought that was what a great touch, and they make it like it's like a super crystallized thing, like fucking 16-hour long, game.
Yeah.
While it does have
that's
like an open world map, like it's very like condensed, so cool. I'm sure like I'm gonna enjoy this one even more than I already have by the end of it. So Control. So that one, you know what, I think what I wanted to do, and I still kind of do, is like go over. I didn't write down everything that happened in the Game Awards, but only the good.
There's a lot that
parts.
We don't give a fuck to talk about, so forget it.
So we have here 2 days later, Green Dragon's fucking play-by-play of the interesting parts of the Game Awards 2019.
Stuff.
And the first thing I think that we opened with, kind of nonchalant, I found the announcements this year. Right? They're kind of like, oh yeah, and by the way, here's the award, and now on to this thing.
The pre-show?
Yeah.
Like the pre-show part?
But just even during it, like Jeff Keighley would come on, he'd read the award, and he'd be like, anyways, on to the next thing,
You know what? A lot of times it has been like that in the past, where they've
Was it because nobody was there to accept the awards?
Probably.
Yeah.
Some of the, like the lesser awards that I guess just aren't
like people
high
like Mads
priority.
Mikkelsen, they're not going to fucking be coming to that. Probably.
Yeah. So they just sort of announce them in like passing and then continue on to like, that's why another reason I think it's like it's more about like the world premieres and the showing off stuff. Of course the words are important as well, but
I guess the recognition honestly is even more important given that it's fucking coming not only from fans but industry peers, fucking professionals, like names like Kojima and Miyazaki and fucking even Keighley himself. That was the first thing that happened. There was that performance by what's that lady's name?
I don't remember.
I don't know either. The lady from the Death Stranding soundtrack. That was a great soundtrack, and it was a great performance. It was pretty
won.
cool to
They
watch,
won that one. Best,
they did win. Yeah, Kojima won best score for Death Stranding, and the guy who came up to accept it was the guy who made the score. So
yeah,
that's pretty
so
cool.
I think he wins the award.
Yeah, he did win the award.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's his name? Ludwig.
Yeah, I don't remember.
I don't remember his last name, but congrats to you, pal. That was a great soundtrack, and
awesome.
Seems like a humble and interesting man. You know.
Yeah.
Must be fun working that closely with Kojima for so many years.
Oh, I bet, eh?
Yeah. Yeah. What the hell? Oh, then there was Best Narrative. Sorry, I can't read my handwriting, apparently.
Yeah.
After that, they went right into the Best Narrative Award, and Disco Elysium won it. And
that doesn't surprise me.
No, it doesn't
I haven't
surprise
played
me either.
it.
Yeah, I was reading a lot about this game lately, and the involvement of like this fucking Estonian novelist who has designed strange fantasy worlds before, and like how this was really an exercise in like fucking alternate history world building, and how like they like to assign like different worlds, like calling like guns like pistolets, just to add this element of like alienness to their universe. And like they're fucking I'm pretty sure they're Marxists, these guys, like full on.
Oh,
like,
really?
They came on stage at the Game Awards and said we'd like to thank like Karl Marx and fucking Frederick
They said that?
Engels. Yeah.
How did I not
and that guy
pick
came
up
on in that red fucking kimono or whatever. Yeah. So they're fucking bonkers. Those guys are weird.
Jesus.
Yeah. I'm starting in my old age to fucking, from like weird people who advocate ideologies I despise. Like I feel like those guys have this strange and horrifying perspective on reality. The things they construct is like interesting to fucking, and the most trippiest. Saner people like
weird way of looking at it.
Yeah. I've really started to enjoy it. Like looking at fucking those dialectical materialist paintings from the Soviet Union. They're all fucked up and shit. And you're like, yeah, it's bonkers. Yeah, so that was Disco Elysium, and then they had the Hellblade 2 premiere trailer on fucking
Xbox One,
on Xbox
Series
One, yeah.
X. No, it's not Xbox One Series X.
I don't know.
I'm an idiot.
Xbox One
It's
X Series.
Xbox Series X.
Xbox X
So
Series
presumably they're gonna have the Series S.
Xbox-Adair, like Frigidaire. You know that meme that you sent me in the
Sex Series X.
What did you think of the Hellblade 2 trailer? You remember that?
I remember it being pretty fucking badass. It looked sick.
It looked kind of cool.
It looked pretty intense.
Kind of exciting. Yeah. It looked like it was kind of like she was fucking gathering an army of people to fucking, I don't know what, fight off that giant fucking monster.
I just remember her screaming and it looked really fucked up.
Yeah, there was a bunch of people though, like those weird juridical priests and shit, and bunch of dudes with her. Maybe.
I bet that'll be. That's presumably a Xbox and I guess PC exclusive?
I guess it would be on PC. Yeah, that's right.
So I'm probably gonna
get it on PC.
If I play it, it'll be on the PC.
Fuck, the problem with Xbox having a couple of good games that I have to buy an Xbox to have a physical copy of them.
You know what's funny? They said that it's as wide as an Xbox One controller. So I measured in my gaming fucking
your console there?
Yeah, console table, whatever. And it won't fit in the slots where I put my consoles. So even if I wasn't gonna buy one, but
yeah. I think it's the kind of thing you can have next to your fucking TV.
Oh, I would. Yeah, I would. Like, I mean, at the end of the day, if I really wanted it, I would fucking find a place for it. Right? It's not a big deal. It just thought it was funny. That I'm like, well, that's out of the question.
That's the thing, man. Fucking
looks weird.
I'm glad that they have some exclusives to their name. I'm happy for them.
I mean, ideally, that's who you want.
Happy that Ninja Theory 2 is not only working on that fucking weird looking.
Yes,
game.
That's actually probably the better news out of that, right?
Yeah, it was only, there was no in-game footage or anything like that. But
maybe that's the way forward for Microsoft is having like studios like one crappy Game Pass game and then like one like your flagship title, right? Your good game.
Yep.
Interesting, eh?
So I'm excited for that too. And then of course there was the Final Fantasy. Oh no, excuse me, I fucked it up.
They did
buddy.
what? They did that first.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, whatever. That's fine.
Guess it doesn't make a fucking difference, but yeah, that was pretty cool too.
Final Fantasy 7, the new trailer.
Oh, and then fucking next after that, buddy, there was Godfall, that PS5 game that we fucking saw footage of. Not really footage; it was probably pre-rendered trailer.
I saw the clip on Twitter afterwards. They said it was like an in-engine.
Oh, true.
I think an in-engine, whatever, doesn't matter anyway.
From what I understand, it's going to be like a fucking
pretty cool,
Borderlands style game with swords,
Right.
Yeah.
So that
Destiny looking inspired universe
could go either way.
Yeah,
I think it looks cool, like the setting and everything. All the
I like that too. Yeah, I like that
sick.
style of shit.
Exactly.
Sci-fi fantasy. I like fucking
sick.
action combat games. It would be nice if it's good, but we've expressed recently burnout with fucking looter games.
Yeah.
Not too psyched on that.
Man, I love how Sony announced that game and just put PlayStation 5 underneath. They haven't said anything since. They're just like, that Godfall game.
Oh, really?
They just put PlayStation 5 underneath, right?
Yeah.
They didn't show their console. I haven't talked about it. They don't give a fuck. They're like, hey, look, PS5 game we're making. Or
that's better than showing the fucking
it?
box. Gearbox.
It was Gearbox, right?
Yeah,
so that's probably a multi-plat anyway, right?
I don't know. Could be. Maybe they bought the exclusivity.
Maybe they have
yeah.
What do you call it? Timed exclusive or whatever.
It's possible. Yeah, it's possible. Yep. But that's pretty exciting.
That looks cool. It could go either way though because of the loot system and shit. I think.
Yeah, I kind of want to dabble in Borderlands 3 to be perfectly honest with you. Yeah.
Kind of want to give it a go.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes. But next, Fire Emblem won Best Strategy Game of the Year, which was fucking super exciting.
That's probably deserved.
Yes, very deserved. Congrats to Fire Emblem.
Fantastic.
Fucking loved it. Yeah, we covered it for like 4 weeks back in the summer. That was 4 or 5 weeks. That was crazy. And after that, there was Bravely Default 2 for Switch announced. And from what I understand, this is a true sequel to Bravely Default.
True sequel. The one on the 3DS.
Second, whatever, being a remix.
It's called like End Layer or something. I think you had to backtrack or just go through all the...
That's right, yeah.
They just reused all the levels.
That's right, yeah.
So
okay, so
I didn't even play it, so...
I did fucking love Bravely Default. It was a beautiful game. The way that they rendered it, the combat, that was great. If I Am Setsuna was like fucking the, modern version of Chrono Cross or whatever, Chrono Trigger, then Bravely Default is a modern Final Fantasy 9, right? Yeah, so that's pretty cool.
They showed some of the art that they flashed on the screen. It looks very
the sprites look less
right?
chibi,
It looks
the in-game like models, they don't look quite as fucking cartoony and like pear-like.
Did you say chibi? You said chibi, right?
Not quite as bad. Yeah,
not quite.
I love Japanese everything. I fucking hate chibi though. I hate it.
That's one thing I don't like. Yeah.
One thing I didn't like was in the Ni no Kuni 2 how the world map you're fucking controlling.
Honestly, I didn't even play it probably because of that.
It is cool. It's a good game, but one is probably better.
Yeah.
After that, Remedy's Control won Best Art Direction, which we've already discussed.
Right.
That was say anything more
fair,
about it.
Yeah.
Actually, the one other thing I do want to mention is the fucking what I've heard called the incomprehensible enemies, which is something I very much like. Again, like the sense is to convey like not like as in horror, like this fucking necessary impression that the thing you're seeing is like a fucking like harmful evil, like to incite like this fight or flight reaction in you, but rather to convey like a weirdness, like a fucking otherness, something
just
you
like
don't understand.
You don't
incomprehensible.
Just like
perhaps
freaky,
though that there's something beautiful about it, right? Like I like that kind of shit. Yeah, so I can see why it won that for sure.
Would you say that about like? I guess maybe not BTs because they actively do attack you, but at the same time they can't kill you.
No, they do have that. Death Stranding very much has that vibe.
Yeah.
The whole time they talk like, especially how like they matter of factually refer to like, concepts of like fucking Ha and Ka and the soul and like fucking afterlife and all this shit. Definitely, it is very much a work of like fucking. Maybe they over-explain, which takes it away from this genre in typical Japanese fashion, but it's very much a work of new weird, I would say, like in that same sense. Like you get this, like, what the fuck is a BT? And like how they like, when you banish them, they like give you thumbs up. And Hartman's like, or Del Toro's like, fucking Deadman says at one point, like, really? They're just trying to establish like a connection with you. Like fucking, you just get this sense, like you don't really know what's going on. Yeah, until the very right at the end. Yeah, it's great.
Damn.
So I guess that would qualify.
Cool.
But what the hell else do we have here? We had single-player League of Legends announced as well, which was fucking
I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah, I think one of the companies making one of them, there's actually two.
Right.
One of them is a game by the guys who made that Darksiders Genesis.
Okay.
Same kind of ARPG vibe, so I don't know what those are going to be like. And I think it does tell you something about the state of the industry that like one of the premier fucking multiplayer games is like considering
making content that's
single player content.
Co-op or single player.
Seen, like GTA single player content yet, and fucking here comes League of Legends.
Since this gen. They've gone totally all their DLC and shit has been
And then there was also the
online.
Fucking Doom Eternal, the modified release date shown. I don't know if that was new information or not, but they showed the 20th of March next year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if we knew that already or not.
I don't know either. The footage, did they show? I don't remember. It must have been.
I think they showed like a trailer or something.
Honestly, I'm not that fucking stoked on Doom Eternal. I don't know what it is, man.
I don't know. I mean, I think it'll be good, but I feel the same way. Like, I'm not in like a hurry to play it anytime soon, or I don't particularly want to pay full price for it.
Yeah.
When we get it like on sale.
I guess I don't know how I feel about even those like, I like first-person games like in the style of like Dishonored really a lot, and even Outer Worlds.
There's more of like
there's
a story and characters to that, right? Then Doom is sort of more like just jump in and just go, right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, for sure.
Story. There's obviously story bits and stuff, but it's kind of more just fucking.
That's right.
Hack and tear, bud.
Now, we had DMC5 win Action Game of the Year, while Sekiro won Action Adventure Game of the Year.
Right.
What do you think about those picks?
I think that's fair. I don't remember what the nominees were for Action, but DMC5 is a pretty fucking good action game, I think.
Yeah, it is.
Right?
It is a good game, I must say. Yeah. I don't quite prefer character action games over other genres as much as I used to, but like I do see why it won that.
Releasing a couple of weeks before Sekiro was like...
not opportune, I think, for it. But I do understand they're different kinds of games.
They are, absolutely, yeah.
So I'm glad for that. Congratulations, Capcom. It was an excellent year overall. Yeah. And next, after this, I wrote, what the fuck is Games for Impact?
Oh, that was...
I'm going to leave it at that. Let's not go there yet.
Okay.
We had Ori 2 confirmed to be launching on the 11th of March next year, which is also pretty exciting. Then again, we had some Muppet cringe stupidity. Another what the fuck is this moment? So that's 2.
That didn't bother me that much, but...
I mean, whatever. So much worse. There's so much worse out there.
Yeah. That was like, whatever. All right. Sure.
Best family game went to Luigi's Mansion 3, which... Fair enough.
I can agree with that.
I can see that, yeah. I can see that pretty easily.
Yeah.
One thing I thought was pretty interesting was that Best Sports Game went to Crash Team Racing, the remake, you know?
That surprised the hell out of me.
Yeah, that was strange.
Right?
I did really fucking like that game when I was a kid, though I haven't dabbled in.
Yeah? You and your brother were yelling at it.
Yeah.
You're like, yeah. I was like, we want Crash to win? Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, because fuck the rest of those terrible
I don't remember
games.
What was it like.
Oh, it was junk.
Like NHL.
Yeah. Maybe F1 might have been okay.
F1, FIFA. Don't care.
The rest of them, no. And the next interesting thing, of course, was the announcement of fucking Weird West. You know,
that looked very strange.
Yeah, it's an ARPG, I guess, from the looks of it. But there's members of fucking Dishonored and Prey teams developing it. So I guess former Arcane developers that have fucking migrated over to work on this game. And from the descriptions I've encountered so far, it's like a fucking, a choice-based isometric game, kind of in the style of like the early Fallouts, or perhaps like fucking Disco Elysium.
Like Disco, yeah. That's cool.
Yeah. I'm not sure exactly how the combat's going to be or any of that kind of stuff, but based on the pedigree of based on the history of the developers involved, there'll probably be some, immersive sim elements, kind of like Divinity Original Sin 2 or the Dishonored games, where there's multiple ways to solve problems, That should be pretty interesting. Yeah, and I do like that Weird West fucking setting. Like,
I really like the
monsters
the way
and shit and like the Wild West. Yeah, alien horrors and whatnot.
Fucking creepy, eh?
Now, Apex Legends won Multiplayer of the Year, which I don't know what to say about that. Fine,
I haven't even played it.
Yeah, great. Although I guess Respawn, for their good work on Jedi Fallen Order, I'm happy that they're getting some recognition this year, even if it's for something entirely different. And there was
definitely fair.
Yeah, there was a Ghost of Tsushima trailer too. Which, how do you feel about Ghost of Tsushima?
I feel like it is unfortunately coming out. I mean, a year after Sekiro is? And I feel like it's a little too similar to that. I mean, it looks cool. I think it definitely does look sick, but it has to play a little bit differently. And I don't think it's like a Soulsborne.
No, I'm sure it's probably more like a open
DMC,
world action game, like Horizon Zero Dawn, maybe.
Oh, okay, maybe like that.
Or like the Infamous games.
Infamous, that's right. Yeah, okay,
Sucker
fair enough.
So
if that's the case, then I think it'll be good, but I probably wouldn't want to play it if it's open world.
I definitely don't. I don't really think it's fair to say, like,
I don't think it'll
my inclination is exactly like yours. Like, I fucking rather play Sekiro, though I don't think it's fucking objective to say, like, I don't like this because it's too much like that. I don't like this 'cause
it'll be different.
Like, I'm definitely going to give it a chance, but I just it doesn't look as fuck, I really haven't seen much of it yet, so it just doesn't. The concept doesn't immediately jump out at me like kind of like fucking the next one we're going to talk about, actually, which is that Gears Tactics, that XCOM style Gears game, which I definitely like.
I would give that a go on the PC.
Like that. And I do like the Gears of War universe. It's cool that like. Remember we said the other week about Halo Wars, like, it's nice that they fucking explore the universe.
Yeah, exactly.
And they make this, so it's cool.
You can pull a lot from it. Why not?
And especially a game like this, it's not like an RTS where you can be like, all right, this is a console RTS, it's dumbed down, whatever. XCOM style games that look previous and current gen are like very console friendly.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So it's cool that they're making that. Yeah, I'm gonna be excited.
That'll probably be a good time if they pull it off.
There's a couple of games that I guess I'm gonna have to fucking pick up an Xbox.
I bet that'll be better than Gears 5. Like, it'll be more like
probably
sort of brutal and visceral, like the Gears universe should be, like just intense, right? Like, that's cool. I'd give that a go. Deciphering Mike's
9 to 5 Red Hill Games.
Writing 9 to 5 Studios.
Shooter.
Oh, they did announce a shooter, but I can't remember what it was called.
9 to 5.
No, I think that was the studio. No, I don't remember.
Red Hill Games was the studio?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember anymore. We're crashing and burning. We fell off the rails.
Yeah, it is 9 to 5, the name of the game from Red Hill Games. It is a shooter game, grim future, where corporations rule everything. Yeah.
Right. So they said it was going to be a little more tactical, not so Call of Duty. I feel like a lot of like they don't really come out with a lot of like first-person shooters these days. Where it's like it's almost like Call of Duty has cornered that market, and like there's the Battlefield, and I don't know, like what are other competitive first-person shooter, military type, whatever you want to call them?
This one is actually going to be a fucking co-op game or a single-player one, So maybe in the style of like Ghost Recon Wildlands, perhaps.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know if it's going to be open world or not, but I mean in terms of like the structure and how people participate together in a single player game with the opportunity for continuous co-op, like Far Cry 5 even.
Yeah, fair enough.
See how that works out. It's set in a dystopia, some futuristic dystopia where corporations rule everything. If there's some fucking element that justifies it to me, it's going to be like the world. If it's a cool universe to inhabit for a while, in which case I'll maybe enjoy the gameplay as well, right? Like even we play it together, that would be cool. See what that's like.
Yeah, that would be sick.
Yeah.
Time will tell.
What was the name of that lady that came up there?
The Japanese lady?
Yeah.
I never remember her name. I purposely followed her on Twitter to find it. Hold on. She's awesome.
Nakamura is her name.
Ikumi Nakamura.
Yeah, what did she announce there? I don't want to fucking forget about that. At the Game Awards 2019. Did she talk about Tokyo?
I think she just...
she announced the award for Best Art Direction for Control.
Oh, okay.
I confused it with her E3 appearance there, but that was a nice appearance too. I know this is an inopportune time to shout it out, but yeah, it just jumped into my head. But there's that Gears tactical game. Yeah, it's gonna be cool. There's the 9 to 5, the Red Hill, fucking Fortnite won Best Ongoing Game. Did we mention that?
No, I don't believe we did.
Fucking Fortnite won Best Ongoing Game.
Anyways.
Although I don't know what else would have won it.
Best Ongoing Game?
Yeah. A certain kind of sense, I suppose,
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're like, well, we got to talk about Fortnite.
Yeah.
Let's just make it the best ongoing game.
Right.
Fuck you.
Best performance went to Mads Mikkelsen. As Cliff in fucking... in Death Stranding, which, he did offer a pretty fucking badass performance, yeah. I did enjoy it. There was like a somberness and
character is very convincing.
Purpose to his character. Yeah, he's creepy. Yeah,
BB.
Yeah. And you know what I really liked? Like all of the actors seemed like they were on the same page with their weird tone and like exposition and stuff like that. Oh yeah, it was interesting. Yeah,
they all definitely jumped on board with it. And
Death Stranding definitely had the best performances. Full stop. Of the year. I'm confident about that. Sekiro had some pretty solid performances too, but again, I think like that approach is more like fucking mythological status than it does like character driven fucking narrative where you can really say like this character per se or this performance per se is awesome.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. And then there was Green Day, their performance. They were lip syncing, which I noticed, and the guy also looked pretty fucking...
I don't know what that song was that they played the second. I mean, the first one was one of their actual songs, but then they sang something, and I don't know if that's...
I don't know either. I
don't even want to...
I don't like Green Day that much, so we'll fucking leave that alone.
I like their old shit.
What the hell's New World?
New World?
Reggie Fils-Aimé appeared, of course.
Who? Oh, Reggie. My body is Reggie.
Yeah.
New World official trailer. Yeah, that was a new announcement.
Yeah, what kind of game?
But I think it was one of those one of the Magic games.
True.
Because they announced like a ton of Magic stuff. Like Magic is getting into the video game industry. It's a little bit late, man. They could have jumped in a long time ago, probably.
After all that, fucking there was fresh indie awarded to Disco Elysium, which I guess again, what else would have gotten it? I don't know.
I don't remember the nominees, but was Grease one of them? Grease?
Sorry?
Grease or Gris?
Gris, probably. I don't know.
Probably.
But I mean, that's not really the same kind of
I don't know. Yeah, like I didn't play it. I don't know.
Elysium's like an epic fucking 80-hour-long RPG with crazy shit in it. Like
Grease is like a...
Yeah, some fucking...
Like a 10-hour, not even... I don't know.
Tiny metaphor about something stupid, probably. Yeah. Best direction after that, approaching the end of the fucking evening, went to Kojima, which... You can fucking get behind that,
That's pretty fair, yeah.
Although... I wouldn't be surprised if it went to Miyazaki either, because when you play through Sekiro, one thing I noticed is that there's like this perfect fucking like attention paid to environmental storytelling. Like the first time you walk through an area, like the path is clear to you and there's some drama about it, like the light's coming from the right places and fucking enemies are in the right places to fucking startle you and impress you, and like it's just a great fucking... It's a very well directed game too, but I guess like just based on the kind of game it is, like there's more fucking opportunity for directing in Death Stranding.
That's fair. Yeah. That's fair to say. I love how horrifying Sekiro is, though. Yeah, like how things eventually. I mean, all this game is the same way, right? Yeah. Shit just kind of goes off the rails, and it's fucking horrifying, right?
By the end, some crazy shit happens. Right? Yeah, with the monks and the fucking worms and it's fuck. You're like, so like what the fuck is going on?
I mean, that could be you could look at that and say, that's pretty. He's got a good direction there, but anyway.
His direction is very good too. Yeah.
But yeah,
I guess though one of these had to go to one of these guys, and one of them had to go to the other. Sekiro got Game of the Year.
That's the way they play it. Like they're fair about it. Like they don't want to just like give Death Stranding everything. They want to kind of you know, give everybody something, and that you can't really argue with that.
Yeah,
like, that's fair.
Yeah, and I guess by the end of it all, I was pretty fucking. You know, it sounded all pretty reasonable to me. Those are, if not my choices exactly, probably very close to what I would have picked, and I can sympathize with them. You know.
Yeah. Yeah, you can all at least agree with.
Yeah, none of it was an upset to me, where I was like, no, it fucking
what?
Yeah, I didn't feel that way.
This is ludicrous.
It was a very enjoyable show. It felt like a fucking event to me. I'm never excited to watch anything on TV, and
I would never watch any award show for fucking anything, movies, TV show. I don't give a shit. Yeah. But the Game Awards, I'll always watch.
Very good.
There's always something there, you know. Yeah. It's nice.
It's a great time, man.
Yeah. Game of the Year, fucking Sekiro.
Yeah.
Pretty sure we've been saying that all the way until Death Stranding released, and then the conversation shifted, right? Yeah. But I mean, at the end of the day, you could go with either one of them, and
for sure, yeah.
It's
I would probably have chosen Death Stranding personally, but like, maybe like you say, it's because I played it more recently, and also, you know, one of them has to win one of those.
Exactly.
It's hard to say like what is a better game.
That's what I mean.
Game of the Year might mean like fucking it was more novel, therefore it fucking stole the most attention this year.
If that's the case, then wouldn't it be Death Stranding?
I think so. Yeah, that's how I would look at it. What else could it mean? But maybe they just think of it in terms of like fucking, you know, the best game, like best like well put together and fucking game, the best paced game. Like Sekiro is a well paced game. You know, there's less like meat on the bones. It's more like
that's true. Yeah, Death Stranding is quite chunky. There's a lot going on in there. Holy fuck!
Not that I thought any of it was out of place, but I definitely see the point of it. You know?
Oh yeah.
Both fantastic games though. Definitely the high points of my year in gaming for sure. Those two titles.
Yeah, that's fair.
Both of those were like month long. Like fucking, they rocked me. I was like, yeah, this is fucking sick.
I didn't have too much of a chance to play Sekiro when it released.
Yeah.
But I slowly, went back and
chipped away.
Went back to it a few times. Yeah. I'm still not very far, but I can see it. It's fucking special. It is a fucking wild fucking ride. Oh boy. Game. Yeah.
Fucking, it feels like you like progress like out of the fucking tomb towards like the celestial sphere. Fucking fight this dragon at the end.
Right?
Yeah.
Must be. Oh man.
Yeah.
By then.
Yeah, it's crazy stuff.
I don't know. Like, I'm not. A part of me wants to continue playing Star Wars, but I don't know. I might be lacking something for me. It's good, but I don't know. Maybe I just don't like the Star Wars universe that much.
Are the enemies cool and stuff like that?
Some of them are kind of boring.
Are there cool bosses?
It's okay. I haven't really gotten to. There's a lot of like little mini boss type things that come out of nowhere.
Yeah.
But I haven't really gotten to like a major boss. Problem is right now I haven't been focusing on one specific game. I've been playing like a ton of games. Like I'm sort of just going nuts like every day, just playing something new for like a little bit at a time.
Yeah.
I can't stay focused on one thing right now. So
that's not necessarily a bad thing though. Fuck at least you got to try a bunch of stuff, buddy.
I gotta like sit down and just pick something and then jam through it. Like Death Stranding, I might just lock myself in a room and just burn through the rest of that.
Yeah.
Because that game, once you're done, like you put it away, probably won't play it, right? Like I'm not gonna do another playthrough on a harder difficulty. Fuck that, right? Yeah, Star Wars.
I don't know fucking how I feel about. Like, I mean, I was super psyched when that came out, and I still definitely want to play it. But now, like, I'm fucking
Star Wars
swamped in all these releases.
Yeah,
like, fuck, it's not like exactly high on my priority
list. That's the thing,
list,
right? Like, I want to kind of just get through it. But then, if I just rush through it and not enjoy it, then it's like, what the fuck's the point of that? I do think it's cool though, but it would be stupid to say it's anywhere near close to Sekiro. So sort of playing like Sekiro and Star Wars. I was playing Sekiro recently too, like, back to back. It's kind of like it's cool if you're like a Star Wars fan, because you're like, fuck yeah, this is like Sekiro dressed up as Star Wars. Like, this is exactly what I want. But like, I'm not a huge Star Wars fan, so it's kind of like more like a subpar Sekiro. Still a good game though.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
Sorry, buddy. I want to find something quickly.
Yeah.
Something to do with Sekiro, and now I don't even remember what we were talking about and why I was looking for it,
When did we talk about it? Or was it something
when we were talking about Sekiro there for a second, I was like, oh yeah, I fucking saved something for this. Now I don't remember what the hell we were talking about.
Game of the year. Miyazaki, Mr. Janitor Boy.
I think it was a Forbes article by that guy who wrote about fucking...
Forbes.
It was Forbes. Do you know the guy who wrote that article about the easy mode back in March or whenever?
Yeah.
He wrote an article saying that the Game of the Year award was an upset.
Oh, fuck right
Which is
off.
probably only true to yourself, sir. And that fucking guy who played it with an easy mod on PC Gamer there.
Yeah.
Oh my god, how could it possibly win Game of the Year? Fuck.
It's like, shit.
An emasculating
Fuck.
feeling.
God, no.
Just don't finish it then. I didn't
The
finish
heresy.
it yet.
I didn't finish it. I'm like halfway through it. If even, oh my god.
Why do you have to just
Yeah.
cheat and brag about
Kidding
it?
me? We sit here and gloat about it all day, and I haven't even made it through halfway. But you know, I don't need to finish it to know that it's fucking amazing. I mean, I probably should to see it all the way through, right?
Yeah.
To really finally actually, put a stamp on it and say, yes, this whole thing is good, not just the first half of it, but yeah.
So fucking
badass. I definitely agree with Sekiro for Game of the Year.
Yeah, me too.
And if Death Stranding took it, I would equally agree with that as well.
That's
Like
fine with me.
It's really like a one A and B situation.
I think so.
Yeah.
Overall, very satisfying fucking game
At the end of
awards.
the day, we fucking win because of all the good games. So I'm
everybody's happy.
happy with everything at the end of the day.
Excited for all the new shit we saw coming out next year, though. For me, I guess there was nothing that you could call totally fucking mind blowing, except for maybe Final Fantasy VII.
Final Fantasy,
Super psyched for.
however Cyberpunk turns out. There'll be some cool shit next year. RE3,
Neo 2.
Neo 2.
Yep.
What else do we got? I don't know. We don't know anything about Elden Ring, so...
No, I don't know if that's going to be 2020.
Yeah.
That would be cool, though. Probably
that
would be.
Godfall game could be something
cool,
good.
Yeah.
There's lots to look forward to. We still have to wrap up this year and do our
I
picks
know.
for all the categories. Well,
yeah, we got another day.
probably do that
coming.
next week, right?
Maybe do it closer to the end when we finish the rest of them. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and give a nice push now.
Same, man. Same.
For the end of the year.
Same, buddy. You want to wrap her up for this week?
Well, I think that will.
Got any
be
other
all.
fucking topics you want to cover at this time?
No, just that Dragon Quest is amazing, and I wish.
Yeah, it is amazing.
I wish I had played it earlier.
Yeah, it's beautiful. I didn't play it till January of this year. But
yeah,
I did
it's
finish.
fantastic.
It's really good.
Oh, and I couldn't believe how good it looks on the Switch. I don't know if I've seen a game that looks that good.
Yeah, good.
On the Switch, it's fucking beautiful.
Did you try switching to that retro mode?
You can't do that in the demo.
Oh,
I gotta get the full version.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Well, then maybe next week we'll talk a little bit more about that and a bit more about Control itself and not about how other people feel about it.
Yeah,
and
true.
It's been Mike and Alex, Gaming Under the Influence. Thank you fuckers for tuning in. Please take care.